Yo, this Lil Brunson back at it with the back at it. How good has Kyrie Irving been? Wow. Celtics are on a mean winning streak right now. And at this point, I would have to say Kyrie Irving got the best of that divorce, man. Got the best of that divorce of leaving that situation in Cleveland. He left the situation in Cleveland, and it seems like LeBron James's workload is heavier over there. His workload is definitely heavier over there. I mean, I think he's leading the league in minutes, if I'm not mistaken. LeBron James is in his 15th season. His workload has definitely gotten heavier over there. And Kyrie is just he's put the Boston Celtics on his back, man. He's inspired those young kids, Jaylen Brown and Tatum. He's inspired them to play some inspired ball. They got a good team. And ironically, I think that they would have had a few more losses on their record had Gordon Hayward played. You know? Had Gordon Hayward played, they would have made sure Gordon Hayward got his touches per game, and it wouldn't have been this type of selfless winning attitude basketball, because when you have multiple superstars, they need theirs. When everybody should just be playing to win, the offense really should be running through Kyrie Irving. But wow, man, the Celtics have been great, man. Al Horford is looking good, man. Al Horford's looking good. And I feel like Kyrie Irving's handle has gotten better. Like, how the fuck could that even happen? I feel like his handle has gotten better. You know, I think he learned some things playing in Cleveland with LeBron James, but not having that point forward, bring the ball up with you, and you are having the ball in your hand more now. I think that's good for Kyrie Irving, man. He put somebody on skates damn near every night. Every time I see a Boston highlight of this year, he damn near makes somebody fall. The jump shot always been money for Kyrie. Yeah, man, Kyrie is definitely going to be a top 3 MVP candidate. I'm going to call this right now. It's going to be between James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and I can't think of a third person who's balling like that. I have to think hard about who I think the third. Antetokounmpo, Giannis. So I think it's gonna end up being between those 3, man. For real. But Kyrie dropped like 47. They were down 13. That was their largest deficit in the fourth quarter, I believe. I watched a few Celtics games. I haven't seen them down 13 in the fourth quarter in a while. Then they push it to overtime. Then they come back and knock them off. So this what people don't understand. When you're a good team like the Eagles. Let's take the Eagles for instance. No secret, I'm a huge Eagles fan. Bird gang, fly Eagles fly, gang green. But when you have a good record, everybody's trying to knock you off. So every game becomes a tough game. You know what I mean? It's hard to beat. It's two types of teams that it's hard to beat. This is my theory. It's hard to beat a winless team because they're not playing for anything. And it's hard for a team who is winning or has the best record to keep that streak going, because everybody's trying to knock you off. You know what I mean? It's hard to beat a winless team, and it's hard for a team to keep a streak going because you got that target on your back, man. You got that target on your back. I remember a couple years ago when Cleveland they went on that great run. I think it was like 20-something games in a row. They lost to the shittiest team in the league. I think he lost like the Bulls, who had no fucking body. Lost to a horrible team because, you know, because I guess their record was so good they expected to beat that team. And the Bulls expected not to win at all, so they came in playing for nothing. I'll go on the record and say I think Boston's streak ends within the next 2 games. If not the next game, it'll end within the next 2, because it's hard to play with that pressure. You know, but in 2 games, Boston streak will end. But it's been a great run, man, for who I think is the MVP of the league this year, and Kyrie Irving, especially for the first month of basketball. To lose Gordon Hayward and then to have to be that glue guy and pull it all together, because you believe in yourself. You got to think about who Kyrie Irving is, man. Kyrie Irving hit a game-winning shot in the Game 7 in the finals. Kyrie Irving never was no punk. Never was a slouch on the court. He just wanted his own, and rightfully so. I can imagine playing with a guy like LeBron James can be draining, because at times it can only be all about him. You know what I mean? Just like I called Russell Westbrook getting MVP soon as Kevin Durant left. Sometimes you got to get out of the way and let greatness precede itself. So yeah, man, Kyrie Irving got my vote, especially if you keep balling like this. Definitely, especially keep balling like this, man. Lil Brunson back at it with the back at it. All y'all enjoy y'all day. Gone.